Phillies pitcher Tyler Phillips will join us momentarily. Excited to talk to him. It's always neat to see somebody who is from here to be successful here. You know, you don't get to pick which team you're on in professional sports. You grow up liking one team, and then all of a sudden you're on a rival or something. Oh, he's here. There we go. Tyler Phillips, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Doing great, man. So at what point, and has it happened already, that when you take the mound with a Phillies uniform on, that you're not like, wow, I'm on the mound in a Phillies uniform? You know, like, does that hit you every time that it happens now?
Yeah, it does. Honestly, it happened when the Phillies first claimed me back in 21. I was just in the minor leagues, and just being able to put on even the minor league jerseys. Like, I went to a lot of those games growing up, and my first time in a Phillies jersey, the Fanatic was actually making an appearance at the game, and I was like getting emotional because I used to chase them as a kid. So it's awesome every time.
Getting emotional with the Fanatic is whether it's true or not, that's a good thing to get out there, man. That'll play well here. So did you start the game yesterday after 2 losses, after, by the way, a loss right before the break as well. Do you feel any extra pressure coming up knowing that you're the one on the mound to try to salvage the series?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the back of your mind, there's always going to be a little bit of pressure and nerves, especially since it's only my second start. But, like that can only sit there for a second. Like, it's at the end of the day, I have a job that I have to do. When I go out there, I'll feel it for a second, and then I just got to turn it into something else, like just make it into some type of fuel for me to go out there and just try to compete my best. And, it's no fun losing. I don't like doing it. I'm sure every guy here doesn't like doing it. And I just want to leave everything I got out on the field for the guys.
The experience of being down in the minors, Tyler, and then working your way up. Talk a little bit about, I guess, that journey, the perseverance, not giving up, and still having that dream of one day being at the big league level. What sort of helped you sort of get through those times for you?
I could go on for hours about the journey that I've had. I think the biggest thing that I've had is just, obviously there's unbelievable people who have been in my corner just pushing me along the way. But I had a dream since I was a kid, and ever since I was 3-4 years old, that's been the only thing that I've ever thought about. We used to tell teachers, like, that's my dream was to be a Major League Baseball player, especially with the Philadelphia Phillies. So I think just having that dream and chasing it, not giving up. I was always told, like, when you wake up and you dread having to go to the field or the stadium, whatever it is, that's when it's time to hang it up. But I never felt that. I just have a love for the game, and I have a passion for it. I want to learn about myself as a player, as a man, and I think that's been the biggest thing that's helped push me along. And not to mention, just again, like, all the people that have been in my corner, just helping with whatever mental skills that there may have been, because that's the biggest part when it comes to baseball, is just keeping a strong mind.
Dude, what's in the water at Bishop Eustace? I mean, you got Zach Allen, Smeltzer, you. I mean, what's going on down there?
It's just a good program all the time, and they attract good talent. And I think, to my point of just being mentally strong, I think that's like a big thing there. It's guys go in there and they want to compete. They want to help continue that tradition of theirs. The tradition of that is that of a winner. Like, I watched Allen when I was a sophomore. He was a senior. Like, to this day, he's still a competitor. Like, Smeltzer, competitor. Like, there's just endless people I can name. My friend Justin Hagman, he's at the Red Sox right now. He's, again, just a competitor. And I think Tropiano does a good job of our head coach, Sam Tropiano. I think he does a good job of just helping us get to that. It's like, we want to win every game. We want to win championships. And I think that's the biggest thing that they got.
Now, was there a little bit, Zach Allen obviously pitched against the Phillies in Game 1 last year, the LCS. They kind of lit him up. Were you on Team Gallen or Team Phillips?
I've been a Phillies fan my whole life. That's a pretty easy one. Nothing against Zach, but it's always been the Phillies for me.
It's got to be pretty cool, though, Tyler, right? Playing in your home area where you grew up playing, having high school teammates, high school classmates, some that are still in the area, rooting for you. You're obviously a feel-good story around here. It's got to be pretty cool to get an opportunity to perform with some of the people that's believed in you since you were in high school and back in those days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Like, throughout your career, like when you first sign, everyone always asks you, like, oh, if you could play for a team, who would it be for? And, like, you know, the answer that a lot of people say is like, it doesn't matter, like whoever's going to pay me. But, you know, like for me, like deep down, it's the answer's always been like, I want to play for the Phillies. And I think no matter where you're from, you want to play for your hometown team. And, you know, it just means a ton to me. Like, I never thought that the opportunity would ever come. Like, I've learned to take my days, just day by day, one step at a time, be where my feet are. You know, fortunate enough for me, I was able to be claimed by the Phillies, and you know, like when that happened, I was punched in the air. I was like, this is the best thing that has ever happened. This is awesome. And ever since I've been here, it's been nothing but a dream for me. Everybody in the organization has been like unbelievably supportive. And again, like the fans, that's just another thing that I gotta touch on. Like, I grew up being a fan. I say it like almost every single day, I think. I'll stand by it for my entire life. Philly fans are the best fans that there are in all of sports. People outside of Philly, they can feel free to disagree, but you know, like in my home debut, like who would ever imagine having a standing ovation? You know, like all I'm thinking about in the game is like, did I leave the team a chance to win? I didn't even think about the ovation when I was walking off the field, and all I'm thinking about is like, I left the guy on second, I gave up a couple home runs, and I'm thinking it's normal chatter up there. And then like it kind of like finally set in with like, wow, these people are all cheering for me. And I didn't really comprehend why. But, you know, best fans in the game. And it's an unbelievable feeling to be out there playing with the Phillies across my chest every day.
Well, I tell you, man, I live over in South Jersey myself, and the first start that you made, I remember sitting up with some of my neighbors. They have their kids go over to the high school that you played at. They go over to the school there, and one of them actually plays soccer over there. So, and another one plays baseball. But just having that sort of, I guess that having that attachment to you from being from the area and rooting for you, man. You got a lot of people in your corner that want you to go out there and do well. Let me ask you this real quick. Often a young player comes up and there's a vet that sort of kind of takes them under their wing and kind of shows them the rope. Has there been a vet that you sort of gravitated to in the clubhouse?
So far I've been kind of keeping quiet, you know, like I think a lot of it is just being starstruck by every guy here because I grew up watching a lot of them. I try to spend a lot of my time like just watching what Nola gets up to, and like he plays the game the right way. He goes about his business the right way. I've talked to him in the dugout a lot. I think when I was in the bullpen for the one appearance, that was like 10 years since I come out of the bullpen. Strom, he did a great job of taking me under his wing and kind of showing me the ropes of the bullpen, just reminding me like, hey, it's baseball at the end of the day, and you just go out there and do what you know how to do. But every guy here the clubhouse, it's a family. Like you can tell right when you walk in, and it's something that I want to be a part of. And I'm hoping that as I continue to establish myself and earn respect from guys, I'm hoping that I can mesh in there pretty good.
Talking to Phillies pitcher Tyler Phillips, is there any conversation before you go out there for the sixth yesterday? Like, do you have to make your case, or just no conversation at all? Just the game's yours until Topper tells you it's not?
No, I think it's just mine until they tell me. I mean, my goal is to throw the ball over the plate, put up zeros until you take the ball out of my hand. Every day that I go out there to pitch, I'm going 9. I'll go 15 if you ask me to. But yeah, I mean, you know, I do the whole like muttering under my breath thing. Like I kind of look like a wild man while I'm pitching, I think.
Yeah, well, after the sixth yesterday, it was a pretty easy inning. I'm not pitching, but I'm watching as a viewer. It was an easy inning, and you look like you're mad coming off the mound, and I was like, that inning was perfect. What was wrong, man?
Yeah. The guys in the dugout were saying the same thing. Like, you just put up 6 zeros, dude. Like, what are you upset about? I'm what you'd call an unhealthy perfectionist. I want everything to be exactly where it's going to be. Like, I don't know, it might have been like a pitch movement or a location or something. Like maybe I gave up some type of contact that I didn't want to. I don't know. But when I'm in the moment of pitching, like it's compete mode, it's kill mode. Like don't really think about what's going on. I fall back on the preparation that I put in the whole week, and that's just me trying to stay in my zone. Like I'm not going to let anyone just take my food off my plate. I go out there and it's like, if you're going to get something off me, you're going to earn it. And I just try to keep that intensity, that anger, whatever you want to call it. I try to keep that throughout the whole game.
I'm going to start calling you Kill Mode. That's your nickname on this show from now on. Last one, man. So you mentioned Strom. We had Matt Strom on the show last week and was asking him what was the biggest difference in this season and for him, because he's had such a successful year, and he mentioned Caleb Cotham. And I'm wondering if you have had any chance to work with him yet, and if so, have you picked up anything because of it?
No, I mean, we have talks every day about pitching, just ideas he has. I mean, the guy is like a walking encyclopedia when it comes to pitching, and just he's endless knowledge out of him. He actually texted me today, and he would ask me like, hey, what do you see here? Showing me like my pitch locations, and I'll give him an answer, and he'll give me something so in depth. And now it's just time to there's just a lot of learning that I could still do. Like I've been successful so far, but every single day it's like I want to get with him. I want to stick around him and the other starting pitchers and just learn what they have. They see pitching in a different perspective than I do, and it's just something I can learn, just how to get guys out in different ways that I haven't typically done in the past. And I think that's something that's really awesome about what Caleb's able to do.
Oh, sorry. I completely messed that up.
Yeah.
No,
sorry, guy. What happened here, Tyler, was
asking...
Jack said, Kay, can I ask the next question in my ear? And I said, yes. And you finished, and then he's just staring at me.
No, I thought you were going to ask the question because,
right,
either way. Just curious. Because obviously you're a local guy. You a WIP listener? You ever turn it up on, you have a big game yesterday, turn it on? You ever listen to WIP in your past?
In the past, but it's honestly been a little while because I've been all over the place. And I just stick with my whole baseball routine. Pretty much whenever I get any free time, it's just thinking about baseball or with being with my family. I think it's been a little bit of time since I last tuned in.
You got to work it in there, buddy. I'm just kidding. All right.
I told my family that they should be listening today. So
there we go.
There we
I think they're going to start.
Appreciate that. And actually, last thing, Bert, Eagles fan, right? I hope.
Of course.
Optimistic this year or what? Season ended pretty bad last year. What are you thinking?
I'm always optimistic.
There you go. Don't sound like a real Philadelphian at all, actually. So
I'm always optimistic. Year to year, you never know what could happen in any sports, and guys show up and different things happen. I'm just excited to get it all going again. I want to get my family, my girlfriend, she's from Texas, and I've actually finally converted her into an Eagles fan. She hasn't been much of a football fan, but I'm gonna sound like I'm gonna sound blasphemous here. She says she's a Cowboys fan, but I had to correct that pretty quickly in our relationship. So I think she looks forward to getting involved in a little bit of that once the season is coming to an end here.
Well, if Bryce can convert, then she can convert too. So there's not. Yeah. All right, Tyler Phillips. Well, congratulations on I remember the first game you mentioned when you came in from the bullpen, and it was not a great game, but we were like, wow, Tyler Phillips looked good. How about that? So we continue to wish you best of luck, man. And I'm going to make the kill mode thing stick. I like that. So
yeah, I like it too.
All right, brother.
I appreciate you guys.
All right, Tyler.
All right, thanks, man.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Yep.
There he is, Tyler Phillips. There you go. I'm sorry, Jack. I thought you said you were going to ask.
Nah, it's all good.
All right.
Donovan chest bat.
All right. Okay.
That's 2 for 2, by the way. We screwed up player interviews.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
No, Ike's working. This is what people mean when they mention, I can't believe Ike works with those two clients.
Yeah.